it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in today for another TRC Shave and Chat. My name is John. You guys may know me as John Shaves on my own YouTube channel. And today we'll be featuring an exclusive to a TRC called Lothur Black. So yeah, like I said, this is an exclusive. As you can see, here's the side label. So it does have a unique label to the other, compared to the other Lothur labels, but I'm really digging it. It looks cool. It's got like a kind of like an old metal looking vibe. I like it. And the scent, one of my favorites so far this year, surprisingly. But yeah, we'll get more into the scent throughout the shave. For my brush of choice, I'll be going with my Paladin Chief 2-band Badger. And for the razor, I have my Razorock Gamechanger. I threw a Wolfman handle that I have. Yeah, so this is the 0.68 gap, and I did load it with a Gillette Nacet, which is one of my favorite blades as of late. But yeah, let's get into the load. So yeah, I can talk to you guys more about the scent. As I get a load, I'll go up to maybe 20 or 30 seconds. The soap itself on this is about medium firmness. It's not super hard, like it's not super soft, I mean, but it's hard enough, it's soft enough that you can, you know, dent your finger with it, dent it with your finger without too much pressure. So it definitely doesn't need a ton for load. Like this is probably more than enough. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, this stuff is like super pasty right now. But that scent immediately is booming. I'd say the scent strength on this soap, just get some running water going. Here we go. I'd say the scent strength is about a 6 or 7. I'd say it's slightly above average for me compared to most soaps. Just slightly. To me, it's not like the strongest thing I've ever smelled, but it's definitely prominent. For me, it's right around the sweet spot, I'd say. I'm just painting in some water at the moment. But yeah, this scent was inspired by a Tom Ford fragrance called Noir De Noir. I haven't smelled the original fragrance that it was inspired by. But what I can say is I'm really a fan of this scent. To me, it doesn't really come off cologne-y, so to speak, but it is somewhat complex. There's a lot of accords going on, so I am not picking up every single thing, but it kind of blends to me, it blends into a masculine, sexy, sweet type of scent. Yeah, and the scent notes are as follows: bergamot, verbena, pink pepper, violet, black pepper, nutmeg, ginger, geranium, Bulgarian rose, iris, Indonesian patchouli, an amber accord, a leathery accord, vetiver, opnax, vanilla, and a musk accord. Yeah, so that's kind of what's listed on the TRC site if you go to check out the soap. To my nose, what am I getting? I get a light touch of cinnamon, like a cinnamon spice upon initially smelling it, but it goes away quickly. It's kind of just there every time you kind of put it up to your nose, but it quickly fades into the rest of the scent. And what else do I get? I definitely get a patchouli accord. To me, this is not like the type of patchouli you get from like an essential oil, more like a kind of a smooth accord. To me, it's not earthy or smoky patchouli. It's kind of I don't know, I can't really describe it other than smooth because it's got a lot going on. And also I do smell some florals. I don't really pick out the rose, but I think it's a fantastic scent. Yeah, when you have that little spice going on, and that, yeah, that might be the iris But yeah, it's got a couple florals in there. But like somehow the patchouli kind of rounds off the florals to keep it from being feminine. I think it could actually pass as a unisex, but I think it leans slightly more masculine. Maybe because of the spice, I'm not really too sure, but I'm really enjoying this scent. And this soap is in the Løthur V2 base. Things I noticed that was improved upon from the first version, which was already great in my opinion, was it's got a little bit better density, can take more water, and the post-shave was somehow improved. When beforehand the V1 base was probably had the best post-shave in any soap I've used. So yeah, I thought it was worth mentioning. Yeah, I think this sold out quick, but it will be being restocked on the Razor Company's site fairly soon. So if you are watching this and you get a chance to see it in stock, I would not hesitate. It will probably sell out quickly because it's just a fantastic soap with the scent to match. So the lather's almost done here. As you can see, I have more than enough lather on the face, but I'm just kind of painting it a bit. I got about a day and a half of growth, so for me that's kind of like where the point where my hair gets to like sandpaper level roughness, you know, where you kind of run your finger over and it feels very rough and coarse and just not super comfortable, where like you kind of, it's like in the back of your head where you think you should probably be shaving relatively soon. All right, this lather looks fantastic. It's got like a little bit of sheen going on. It's pretty dense as of right now. And I'd say it's perfectly dialed in for my needs. So yeah, like I said, 0.68 Razorock Gamechanger on pass number 1 with a Gillette Nacet. Very little blade feel on this razor, almost none. In many ways, it reminds me of the Merkur 34C. Yeah, that's pretty slick. Yeah, it's awesome. One of the things I look for to see if a soap is dialed in, because there's so many shaving soaps on the market nowadays, some of them require just slight alterations in how you lather, or how quickly you can get to a desirable lather. I kind of make sure that once the lather is removed after shaving, if it still feels really slippery on your face and not like dry at all, then you know you kind of have it pretty much dialed in. Another thing you could look for, or I look for rather, is how shiny the lather is. If it's got like a nice sheen to it, then you know it's probably close to dialed in. If it looks dry, thick, and pasty, rather than having a nice sheen, then chances are it needs a bit more water worked into it. That was a super smooth first pass. Just wiping some water on the face. But yeah, that patchouli and vanilla really comes through. It's kind of like a musky vanilla, but like the musk is not too pronounced in my opinion. Kind of a subtle musk to it. Just kind of faintly in the background. I think the vanilla gives it a little bit of that sweetness, if it's not the florals, but it's definitely not too sweet. So yeah, all in all, if I could describe this scent in one sentence, to kind of make it simple for people to decide. I'd say it's a kind of a cinnamon spiced floral patchouli fragrance, despite that long list, because it is complex. Like I said, it is inspired by Tom Ford, and for those who are familiar with Tom Ford, they're actually really well known for their fragrances. Some of the best fragrances on the market are made by Tom Ford. They have quite the reputation. So I could see what the artisan Johnny at Lothur and Jason were going for with this fragrance. This is something I could probably wear all year round. Something I maybe take on a date. But like, if I were to dress business casual, I would still wear it as well. I feel like it's very versatile and not offensive in my opinion. For me, it might be offensive to others if it's got like a darkness to it, like a leatheriness. There is a leather accord in here, but it's not prominent at all to me. Yeah, so I think the most challenging thing you'll find in this scent is the patchouli accord. For me, I'm very picky with patchouli. If it's too patchouli forward and dominant and harsh and it's like too earthy, I personally won't like it myself. That being said, I think this is the opposite. I thought it was done really, really well. So to me, this is a top fragrance. I currently don't have the splash. I'll probably be getting it on that restock because it's a fantastic fragrance. I hear the other accords come even through more, or the complexity comes through even more on that splash. Having used the splash on another scent by Lothur, I like it because even though it has alcohol, you don't feel much burn at all. But it's still, your skin feels pretty hydrated for hours after the shave. I'm just going against the green here. Excellent. My preference with razors tend to be mid-aggressive, kind of middle of the road, still has some aggressive and good efficiency, but I'll always keep these mild razors in my den around just because if you have irritation from the day before, you could easily jump back into the shave without any issue. And as you can see, I could go against the grain on the residual slickness of the soap, the leftover slickness beneath the lather, without any issue. It still feels really slippery and without any irritation. As you can see, it's hard to see, but you can see it's still picking up hair for sure. Yeah, so on these mild razors, I can buff comfortably against the grain and not have to worry about getting irritation. I still think you can overshave with these if you're not careful. If you're running over the same area like 10 times or something, it can definitely cause irritation if your skin is sensitive. All right, cool. So that's it for the third pass. You can see it picked up a ton of hair. I'm just gonna rinse off real quick and get into the post. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get the splash just for the enjoyment of the fragrance, so it can last a few hours. But in terms of post-shave performance on this soap, it's the best I've ever tried. My skin feels plush, supple. I have little to no redness on my neck that I could see. So that combination of that soap and that Gap razor just did really well. Still have a ton of lather on the brush here, so I probably should load less going forward. But yeah, so that was the Gamechanger, the Paladin, and lastly, Lothur Black, exclusive collaboration with that razor company, and Lothur, of course. So yeah, this is a really cool duo. I'm looking forward to checking out the white release as well, but this was black, and although we're in the winter, I think this could be used all year round, or at least that's something I'll be using. So yeah, really excited I got that. That's it for the shave, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.